the operation has now grown. Nehemiah declared his vision, people heard it, people came, got on board, and started rebuilding the wall. It's got to a place now where Nehemiah has multiple teams in multiple locations. And he now has layers of communication and he has layers of leadership. The momentum has been built. And at this point, it would be so easy for Nehemiah just to put the thing on cruise control, sit back and get comfortable. But Nehemiah takes a different approach, one that I want us to adopt today. Nehemiah chapter 5, verse 16. He says, I also persevered in the work on the wall. Nehemiah himself, the governor, the vision bearer, the leader, the charismatic man, he himself decides, you know what? No, I must myself pick up a brick, put it back on the wall, hammer it into place, chisel stone, do whatever I need to do. I need to get my hands personally dirty to make sure that this wall gets built. And my friends, it can be so easy when we start something to have such passion and vision, and we're willing to do anything and get our hands dirty and do whatever it takes to make this vision come to pass. But as things grow, as momentum is gained, as people start joining, it can be easier. And actually, it happens so slowly, doesn't it? Slowly but surely, we start to sink back, get quieter, and the vision can drain and passion can go. And so I want to ask you today, are you aware of the ruin in your own life? Are you aware of where the enemy is slowly but surely eroding the wall that you have built for the Lord? Are you aware where the enemy is taking away your passion, taking away that motivation, cutting away at that generous spirit that you had, the radical attitude that got you going, the bold preaching that got you known? Are you aware of where the enemy has tried just not to stop you, but just to slow you down and slowly carve away at you? I remember one time someone coming up to me and saying, Liam, you haven't hit the streets for a long time. Have you lost your radical edge? And I remember thinking about it and praying about it, seeking the Lord, saying, God, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be 80. I want to be 70. I want to be retiring or coming to the end of my life and saying, I am just as passionate now as I was at the beginning. And I'm willing to lead people to Christ now and get on my hands and knees now. And I'm going to push myself in fasting when I'm 80 just as much as I did when I was 20. My friends, you and I must maintain an attitude that says, no, I remain on the front lines and I will remain passionate, radical, and bold for the gospel of Jesus Christ. But I think it starts with us addressing where we have been eroded or where our wall personally has come to ruin. So let me ask you, when was the last time you personally stepped out in faith? When was the last time you sat down with somebody and actually led them to the Lord? When was the last time you stepped out to see a miracle and continued to persevere until you saw it break through? Or maybe even more personally, when was the last time you pushed yourself in prayer or furthered your fasting? Or when was the last time you sacrificed something for sanctification or pushed yourself in holiness? We get to a certain age where we think we know it all, we've learned it all, we've pushed it. No. Keep going. Remain on the front lines. Follow the example of Nehemiah, who said, even though I could sit back and let the teams do the work, you know what? No. I want to be radical. I want to be on the front lines. I want to see it happen. And that's what I want to encourage to you in this session, which is exactly why I invited Ben Fitzgerald to join us. Ben Fitzgerald leads a huge organization that has a multinational impact. And his organization, they hire stadiums. He has a team of people that help him do this. But what I love about Ben is if you follow him on Instagram or you follow his life, very regularly, he is still personally leading people to Christ on the street while he's at coffee shops. Even sometimes, I think they as a team, they just go out on the street just to see people saved and further the kingdom of God. He doesn't just wait for his stadium events. He's on the front lines every single day. And I want to pray and hope that that kind of faith and attitude sticks with you today. I know some of you probably, you're already like this. And I know that some of you, you're already pushing forward, and some of you are into the older years of your life, but you are still radical and still pursuing God. And for that, I want to commend you. But I just want to challenge us and push us today. Stay on the front lines. Persevere in the work of the kingdom.